come down to Golgari's Sudden Grill for the finest in Cajun cuisine. Whether it's our signature brown scale brisket or the gourmet goulash, you'll gnaw all of our items to the bone. Feed your plan at Golgari's. Whether you prey upon the spices root wallets and wash it all down with our famous scorpion slasher, or try our award-winning Sakura sandwich with croissant kale salad, topped with our own Wickerbowl sauce. This is Golgari's Sudden Grill. Go get you some.
Hello one, hello all, welcome to Propaganda, the second to the last time this month. The only other show we're going to have this month is on the 22nd, and that will be our Halloween show, a little preview of that right there. Thanks for joining me nice and early, Shiraz. I wanted to just play something I've really been having a lot of fun with and liking. It should be no stranger to the show. I'm always tweaking a little bits here and there. It keeps 3-1ing. Once in a while I'll 3-2ing, 4-1ing with this thing. Having a lot of good times with it, but it's my black sack list. Doesn't run any of a lot of black sack lists now end up doing the whole carrion feeder beetle. I go the other route where this is just all about drawing cards, and I have 12 ways of doing that with Deadly Dispute, Reckoner's Bargain, and Village Rites, all main with a 25 creature land count. Unearth makes it feel like 30. Just a lot of grind, a lot of go, a lot of rats, and we've even got room for 2 Pit Keepers and 2 Unexpected Fangs main. So Cooper the Red, hey, and Shirazamon and Nim Chimpskey in the house. Thanks for joining me, guys. And I've been finding, I've never been a big fan of Lifestaff, but in this list it really shines, so much so that I've really been considering cutting one of these, go down to 3 and bringing in a Lifestaff main. Life happens, and we're killing our stuff. Our opponents are killing stuff, and it gets pretty obscene when you have access to those. But anyway, enough about that. So we got 2 of these in the sideboard, 1 more Fangs for a grand total of 3 Fangs total. We have all 4 Kamis. I really found that this is amazing against Affinity. It either nabs makeshift munitions, or it gets rid of that Myr Enforcer permanently, and then we don't really have to worry about the Blood Fountain bringing it back and back and back. I'm sure you've all suffered from that. Faerie Macabre, just a we can play it as an aggro creature as usual and stuff, and then for Snuff Out, which you could easily in this list trade for Tragic Slip. So yeah, we're just going to be having a relaxing day. I've been a little, I wouldn't say down in the dumps. I've just been, as far as, my streams go and stuff, I've just been having some really bad beats. So I'm going to just play something I like today and see if we can't right this ship. Then we'll be back on the 22nd with a Halloween show. Who knows? I might even play this list again. I don't know. But yeah, I've just, like I said, this is just draw central, just, and it always takes people that are new to this style a little bit of time to understand what I'm trying to do. And, you'll keep a 1-land hand with a Shambling Ghast, which is like one of the best opening plays. And then you almost hope that the opponent kills it for you so that you get mana ramp, and then you're able to, start the game off early. So if you play against this, about the only thing you want to be killing is the Bone Picker. It's the only creature we really care about. Like even when we play Fleshbag Marauder, we often sacrifice it to itself because we have 4 Unearths, and in games like maybe against like a Tolarian Terror or Hexproof, these things matter. So we'll go like this, minimize this, and say yes to this. Killing this down. Really good opener here for up against Hexproof. It'll feel very lopsided. Alrighty, here we go. Alrighty, let's bring out the Ghast. Bring out the Ghast. Saw a local high school football game last night with the family. Nice foggy conditions and stuff. Oh, I love that new Seb McKinnon artwork. And this will be interesting. And boy, I think there were 7 injuries in like the first half. So went home early. It was pretty ridiculous how bad that was going. All right, I'm going to attack on here. I'll probably maybe save the Marauder for that. I'm going to right straight away in case we draw into a Bone Picker. We can always get this thing back. There it is. Boop. And we'll bring out the bone picker. And let's we'll save that for later. For right now, we'll just play red and play the Footlight Fiend. Reason I don't play Scorpion in this list anymore is it doesn't deal with the opponent's things, only their face. And we're usually able to get there either Crypt Rat or Bone Picker logic, so I'm pretty good about that. I don't know if this is my build of Blackburn or some other hybrid, but boy, they sure got to jump on the lands. Those are gorgeous. I didn't even know that was the Weatherlight for the longest time. I just thought it was some like drifting fabric in the distance. All right. Woo. So yeah, this tiny little... It is almost the middle of October, so I'm sprinkling in a little bit. The problem is I have too much Halloween footage for one show, so I used to make it a whole month. But so on the 22nd, if you don't like Halloween, that show is not for you. We will attack here. And I believe I'm just going to chill out. Wait on that Rekner's Bargain. Again, that can gain 4 life at this point, so that's nothing to sneeze at. But they're eating all of our life, so it doesn't feel like we've really done too much. I think it has a used tissue hanging in the wind. Yeah, his composition and just use of subtlety and colors is, I don't think it's. I think even John Avon might be jealous of that. It's obscene. He's got a really cool video I found on Vimeo that he produced with his production company about finding some big, like, I don't know, whale or fish in the Arctic. It's only like a 20-minute long video, but boy, really well done. Yeah, the plains is really gorgeous too. Not too big of a fan of the forest and such, but yeah, there's been some big time winners. Alrighty, we didn't draw the land we wanted, which kind of blows. We could just might be having a Rekner's Bargain, our own bone picker here to stay alive. We're at 10. They got 3 cards in hand. That might be a thing. If I do that and we hit a land, which is very probable, then we can double block with Footlight and company. Let's do that. We're not the aggro here. I really need to just be able to live long enough. I know 3 damage is a lot. I'd rather gain the 4 life and see another turn. In case they do have it. They do. Now we can do the old double block here. Might be wiser to bring out the Shambling Ghast here, but I'm going to do this since we have the Fleshbag Marauders here. Just stay up on life. This is just draw 2 all the time. You get to about 4 or 5 lands. You don't have to worry too much. It's sometimes it can fight you a little bit on the early lands here. We really lean on Shambling Ghast openers for reasons I said above. Okay, that's a little bit of what I was afraid of. So this way, they could Soul Reap one of these, and then we couldn't block. That would really blow. But if we're going to lose, it's good to lose to lists that it looks like so far. Straight via the I just see no difference so far. I'm sure there will be one. Most people tweak stuff. Come on over, road captain. You'll take 2 and I'll take none, and your dude will be dead. But then we won't really have much use for a Fleshbag Marauder, which will probably side out. There's not too many critters in this list that if I can remember right. We'll go here. Do 2 to you. We've done so much damage, but as you know, Blackburn can stay alive for whole swaths of time. Now I'm feeling like a genius gaining that 4 life, because boy, it feels like we really need it. Already at 8. Yeah, Rekner's Bargain, like I said, 4 might be too much, but in plays like that it doesn't feel that way. But if that had been a Lifestaff, it'd be a whole different thing too here. All right, I'll bring out a Myr, and just for tempo's sake, I'm going to do this and grab a Ghast here. Grab a Ghast. Hey-o, Pupper Tim showing up. Yeah. So we got a big old family thing next weekend, so I'm going to try to really veg out on Magic today and tonight and get my fill, because all next week ain't going to have none of it. So we might be dead here. We weren't able to gain life that turn. Thank you for that, Nim Chimpskey. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty hollow October. We'll be back, though. On the 22nd, we'll have a little early show. Paladin 19. Hello, hello. Carnarium showing up. What do we have on the side? Or bumping the knights there. It's going to be active next turn. We're effectively at about 2 life right now. I don't think we're winning this game. Yeah, that's a full load of cards. Man, I think we've done like 12 damage to him. Hit with the Bone Picker 2 or 3 times. Hey, that'll help a lot. Ah, shoot. I don't think I have a turn to really make that work. This and this is so pretty together. Because everything, it damages me, him, this, that. It's all good. I think I'm forced to just use this on here. Something's going to die. Actually, I'd probably rather get the extra life here. I mean, the extra mana if our deck keeps denying us this mana. All right. 7 feels a little bit better. I still don't know if we're going to get out of this, though. I was tempted to not play this today, even though it was on my mind, because I'm like, oh, what am I going to play for the Halloween show? But maybe I'll come up with something new. I don't know. Maybe I'll just play this again. No rules against that. I'm not quite sure on that one. I think it's the enchantment, I believe. Or I mean the well, no, because that's a counter, so it could be a thing. I might have chosen poorly there. Hopefully, they're having what happens to me when I play that list and I got somebody at single digits. Draw land. Dreamer Stango with the knowledge. Yeah, so I technically probably should have done that, because then I could have sacrificed it for a little saving grace. I was going more for the mana angle, because we're really stuck at 3 here. When this continues, I'll probably just be forced to drop Fleshbag and sack the Myr. They have all kinds of damage here. If the Tizarus is coming back, we might have a shot. I don't know why they didn't just bump us there. Oh, is this Soul Reap? Nope. All right, now their bump's active. But we can gain 2 life. Maybe they just stultified on what to do there. Okay, let's... dang it. Yeah, we'll attack. I'm going to kind of be forced to Soul Reap here. I mean, Village Rites. Gain 2. Village Rites here. Shoot you for 2. Slowly coming back. Come on, Bone Picker. Nope. But more of those. That's good times. We'll see if it works. If it does, we're going to really be able to come back from this, but... Blackburn almost has 0 instant interaction. Really good deck for Envelop. One of the only ones. That's also why the power level is so high. If it sticks, that's for sure. I'm not going to bitch about my phone going off, because I just told everybody, unwise, right before the show, oh, yeah, we're dead. That Hulu has a new version of... what is he doing? He had the win right there. Okay, I'll sacrifice this. We will gain life. Why didn't they just use the fruit there? They must have something else here, and we're dead anyway. But Hulu has a new Clive Barker's Hellraiser. It just came out. Really recommended if anybody likes horror movies. I never saw the original, but man, this one was really good. Okay, we should really count this as a loss. Our opponent just kind of punted there, unless they've got some little and then sort of a trick coming up here. We're going to attack into this. Bring out Unexpected Fangs. Crunch. Yeah, let's... we could cast Pit Keeper here, but I'd rather be able to double activate. So I'm going to cast this on... I think Shambling Ghast might be the best, just for extra mana. Let's see. If I do that, I can hit for 1, 2... That will just go for the damage here. Alright, and we'll activate for 1 now. Done. The rat lives. We gain a lot of life. And we start nibbling our opponent down here. This way we can do it once next turn too. They must not have looked at their graveyard. It'd be nice if the interface had a little glowing pulse around those, but I don't know. You could argue that would make people worse players too. So your win percentage when you have a Crypt Rat with lifelink is just insane, as is having Lifestaff out with, you know, active sack abilities and such. There's a lot of different ways to build this. I know Cooper the Red right here in the chat has a really cool list. Builds a little more tall about like the Carrion Feeder and the Beetles. And I got that build too with like Whisper Squad and stuff, but I just can't get away from my 4 rats. Had a lot of success with 8 rat back in the day and just being able to kill all. Now with the lifelink, it gets so unfair sometimes. And really the breakthrough for this list was having the Fleshbag Marauders main. It just took me quite a while to learn how to play those effectively, but it was pretty cool. Okay, well, we won't be tapping that. This is not my stock list, so we might have a chance. How egocentric does that sound, right? Maybe they're going to clobber us for saying that. What is this, a Crypt Ripper? Anybody know that card? Crypt Ripper. 2 and 2 black. Haste with that Nightmare ability. Pretty cool. All right, we'll drop this for black. I'll say done. Boop. Go up to 6 again. And I was fearing corrupt more than, yeah. Good point. All right, we'll bring out Pick Keeper. I'm going to go grab the Shambling Ghast. That way we really get out of this bind. And we can double mana hit. I'm just trying to get, well, that will do 2, but we're going to gain enough life. It's going to be fine. We'll see what they throw at our face. It'll probably be another Fruit of Tezris. Shade ability, that's right. There's an enchantment shade in, I think in Torment. Can't remember what it's called, but I always wondered if that would find a home somewhere, but probably not. Blackburn, it's a grind, but we did get it, but we shouldn't have. I think that Tezris was hiding from them. Alrighty. Well, a lot of stuff's going to be dying, and we want to be able to stay alive long enough. Fleshbag's nice, but Combo and company can get rid of him, so I'm going to take him out for this matchup here. He probably a Macabre 3. I'd say 2. I never like to get rid of Crypt Rats. Every time I do, I wish I had them. I could get stuff back. We'll get rid of 1 bargain here because we've got the Lifestaff package. I think we're good to go here. This will be able to stop a little. This might be a little bit overkill, but again, you can always discard it and then just unearth it and have a 2/2 flyer out of the gates. It's always fun. I think that's good. Let's go. Yeah, not enough critters to really warrant the 3rd Fangs. I think in these matchups, I kind of like the creature light lists where they're trying to really go to your dome fast. I lean on the staff a little bit more, which again is target, 1 through 7 for the Deadly Dispute in a pinch. Don't want to do it, but it's a lot of fun when it happens. But yeah, Det Takami's growing on me so hard. I went from 2 to 3 to 4. It's just like, man, I almost always want to see that. Even though we have so much draw, you could really argue you could have a lot of 3-ofs in my sideboard, but there were only a few decks that kind of give this problem. So Gaunty, I'm not quite sure about that, Dry Bomber. I don't know if I've ever said your name before. Thanks for joining us, if not, or first timer or whatnot. But if you got an idea for the Halloween show in 2 weeks, send it to paupergan@gmail.com. It doesn't have to be tier 1. We always like to try new stuff out. That's what keeps you coming back. Actually, whenever I play a meta deck, the views go like that. So it really encourages me to keep playing Rogue all the time. Those are good points, Nim Chimpskey. With the curve as low as it is, though, this one really has a nice leaning curve towards Village Rites. I probably shouldn't. I snap kept that, and I shouldn't have. We don't really have many targets or interaction here. So I think I was reading chat and just said yes. So, but if we get a 1-drop out, we can kill it, especially if it's the Zombie Persuasion. Get out a quick Bone Picker and hope that Soul Reap doesn't hit us. All right, we will say Torture. If you ever see this card, just guess what they guess. It's the simplest way of saving yourself about a minute of reading what that does and trying to deduce it. Here we go. There's a Lifestaff. Feeling better, but not great. We'll bring that out. Where's all our 1-drops? We didn't take any out. I think Bone Picker is incredibly underplayed. Always scary, the Sign in Blood, just that reset. It's like, here it comes. I really like this play because if I can get my rat active with the Unexpected Fangs, it will keep hitting that Scorpion. I'm going to take a little chance here since we have Unearth. This is kind of another reason I really like playing 4 Unearths in this style. You know, you put something out that has a big target, which we don't have many of. We've only got 8 cards, Crypt Rats and Bone Picker, the only things we really care about. Obviously, we can't get it back Bone Picker, but sometimes it's neat to play Crypt Rats against a Galvanic Blast style list, because you know if they've got it, they're gonna zap it, and the next turn you get kind of extra value with 1 Unearth, and then you can activate it, equip it, do all kinds of goodies. We will take this. Again, the Scorpion was in the very first few builds of this list, but I was finding I couldn't point it at fairies and stuff, and I really like to use my creatures as my removal spells in this. Yo. Okay, it's dead. And we take 3. That really hurts. So we can bring it back for 1 Unearth. And go from there. This is good times. Alrighty. Unearth. Bloop. Yeah. We could do that now. Do we do it now? I say we do it now. I'll sit back. Probably should have waited, because he could have attacked into that and that would have been 2 free damage. So 2 bad things. Probably shouldn't have kept that hand, and I should have waited on that. Soul Reap. Pretty awesome. Okay, this really blows. Do we want the card, or do we want the life? I think I'm going to lean on the card. Let's get rid of this. Come on, give me some goods. Here we go. This has a really good game against gate lists. You know, your typical Ka gate, because we've got so many pingers, like things like fairies and stuff usually don't stand a chance because all of our creatures just trade, or the activation of a Reknar's Bargain or Village Rites, when you counter it, the ability of the death trigger goes on the stack and still kills the intended target. We just don't draw the cards. So a lot of times you get those little aha, and it's like, okay, your fairy's still dead. You filling up their hand. This is getting nervous. Well, we got some options here. Guess I'm just gonna bring out rats and then put a staff on it. At least gain 3, draw 2. Worst case scenario. Not ideal, but hopefully next turn I can wait to use it, and then even the Reknar's Bargain on Crypt Rats is kind of a healing solve. Not kind of, it is. Yep, that's what the supply and demand will do, Dreamer Stingo. That's for sure. Ouch! Quit hurting us. They're going to get us in that unenviable position where we don't want to block or get hit. It's coming soon. Just a, yeah, thought so. Alms to the face. All over the place. We'll wait till next turn. We'll gain 3. This is really way too close. That's what happens when you keep a clunky draw. Thank goodness there's no black fire blast. Keep that up. This way we'll get our little lady back. Okay, now we've got double targets, so this feels pretty good. Well, come on in for this. We'll kill it ourselves. I believe we're going to use Reknar's Bargain here. Need all the life we can get. This will gain us 6. 3 from the staff, 3 from the bargain. Opponent's probably pretty depressed right about now. We'll drop a bone, drop a bone. And should I do the Ghast or sit back on Village Rites? Or equip? I think I'm going to wait on the Rites. Gives us the most options here. Yeah, Bone Picker in this list is just absurd. I do believe I will block here. Get rid of this constant tick-tock damage. I know we do take 2 instead. Stem the bleeding now. Bazooka Bog. Well, we've used 1 Unearth, but it doesn't really hurt us too much here. Even if we draw something like Pit Keeper, we just play it for fodder and then Lifestaff it or Village Rites it and keep moving. Eventually we'll get there. I just feel like 2 is the perfect amount for that. Okay, there's that. Macabre could be problem. Maybe could not be. Alrighty. Let's bring out the Ghast. This way our dude will survive in combat. We'll equip it here. We'll attack here. And then as a combat trick, I can do this to this. Boop. Gaining 3, making this a 1/1. Boop. Making our man live. Live, I say. Hey, welcome to the party, Pit Keeper. Nice to have you. We'll just keep the 1 train going with the access to... Only 2 cards in their hand with the access to Village Rites to stop any sort of shenanigans they may have. What do they got in their yard? Not much. Pretty great value in this style of list with the Lifestaff. Oh boy, that's going to hurt. Better watch my mouth. They still might have it. 2, 4, 6. Nope, they would need 1 more mana and the Tyrant's Choice to pull this off. But it's closer than you'd want it, that's for sure. Bam! Just like that. 1 card in the yard. Let's throw the staff on here because we know he's not long for this world. We'll attack. Might as well. Swing in for 8. Crunch. Sack this. Gain 3. Make our opponent depressed. Go like this, go like this, go like this. Cool. Alright, we got some more targets. Not worthy of the Myr yet. We'll bring this in here. And there we go. We got lethal next turn. And we've got option to gain 3 life and do 2 damage at instant speed. So pretty cool. Kills most everything in the format, including Guardian of the Guild pack. If you look, Perilous Myr is pretty nasty against that. And so is the Footlight Fiend, especially with the Lifestaff on. They trade with the one of the best commons in the format. That being a mono black list, you think you're safe? You're not. Yeah. Take that, sucker. And warning, a little bit of today's show and most of in 2 weeks' show, the Halloween show, there's going to be quite a bit of gore and a lot of our little media and commercials and such. So if you're of the light-hearted persuasion and don't like evil and swamps and lore, then it's not going to be for you, that's for sure. This should have probably gone to a game 3. Boop. Because that first turn mistake by our opponent was very forgivable, though. Buried in the graveyard and stuff like that, so yay. We start with a much-needed W. See how we go from here. Create. Boop. As we go here, we'll stick around the sideboard in case anything goes wrong. Hiya. So yeah, this deck Takami, if you got access to black and you're tired of losing to affinity, I really think you could go all in with this. Serves double duty against hexproof too. That should go without saying, but I really like it. Yes. Let's go like this. 3 lands. Oh boy, we don't like this hand. We'll mulligan. This is much better. Keeping this one. Throwing back a swamp, because we technically have 2 lands in these guys. They done. And here we go. This is when you just love for the opponent to use good removal on this stuff, thinking they're going to buy some tempo. It's like, nope. Thanks for those updates, Nim and Shiraz. Keeping everybody abreast of our schedule this month. We don't miss many shows, but like I said, we've got a wedding to go to and a big Halloween party to go to. Oh, please be fairies. This will be awesome. I got to either draw horrifically bad or I've had a horrific amount to drink to lose this matchup. It does happen. It's one of the best things about fairies. It can always find a way. All right. Try to get the jump on this. Don't know if they're on what removal they're on here, but I think we'll go all in with this plan here. Village Rites. Get our little bird of paradise. Our zombie of paradise. Cool. We got that and that. All right. We'll bring this out and we'll bring out another Ghast. Just in case. Who knows? Maybe it's Swamp Edict. This probably won't live. But if it does, we know they don't really have any removal in their hand just yet. Or the mana to do it with. Yeah. Okay. Coffee is done. Time to move on to the next caffeine of choice. All right. Here we go. Watch they vapor snag us. No. Bind the monster. Okay, well, I've got a nice target for Fleshy now. That does some nice damage. I'll just do this now. I usually target my own Marauder, but that Bone Picker's not getting out of any free deals. So we'll do this. This way I can keep the Shambling Ghast around to block/kill ninjas and more fairies. Unexpected Fangs might find a home on Fleshbag if they answer with like a sprite to block at instant speed with the little flash. We eat a creature or two, living in a zombie paradise. Oh, nice. Living in a zombie paradise. We spend, yeah, that song, I remember that. We spend most of our lives. Pauper Tim with it. Get in that recording booth. Bust it out. Be a perfect thing to drop on before Halloween. Get all kinds of views. Yeah, I just did his obituary, Dreamer Stango. That was a trip. Cool. More babes for the party. Anybody know the reference to that? I owe you coffee. Attacking for 4. Really hoping a sprite shows up. We can defend with Unexpected Fangs, gain life, play Fiend. And again, if any of our draw engines show up, we're going to be in good shape here. I am very tempted to do that. Let's see if we can get a hard counter out of the deal. Life gain's always a good thing. Oh, guess not. So they don't have bounce. I'm not walking into a fairy here. They want to use up all their tempo, that's fine. Come on, Sprite. I wonder why they didn't do it in response. Oh, interesting. The draw heavy mechanic with probably Delver's main. They got to be terrified of that Ghast, though. kill it, we get a Bird of Paradise or a Fume Spitter effect. Well, we know where that bolt's headed. At least we gained 4, though. Bye-bye, Fleshy. Thanks for the fun. Really want a Village Rites or Reckner's Bargain. Hey, all right, cool. So let's play this first. Nah, let's attack first. In case they want to just throw a fairy in front of it. There we go. Now we'll play this out. Bloop. Oh, okay. I guess we'll wait. Modern Age. What's it flipping? Let's see. Not sure I've seen this style build before. Oh, this is the curve list, right? With the terror and no fairies. Oh no, we saw fairies here. Some sort of hybrid. Who knows? I think I'm just gonna not bargain here. Just keep up the damage, right? Attack. I'm going to target it sometime. Onus is on them. I think I'm just going to kind of keep chilling here. I am doing my best to try to be a more patient player. It's an ongoing struggle. I tend to like to max out my options every turn. A lot of times that's the right play. A lot of times it isn't. Yay, more stuff. All right. Let's attack. Now then, do we bargain now? Probably see a hard counter. If we wait till next turn, we can always threaten them. Let's I'm gonna wait. Pauper Tim. I got the Coolio zombie lyrics going on. Anybody want to chime in? We'll probably write a whole song before the end of the show. Yeah, Dreamer Stingo. I made a list the other day. It got my son so upset. It was a Delver list. Ninja list, and using Of One Mind, but it just went kind of all in. And I actually used flying men because I needed a human and I needed evasion. I'm like, you know what? This fits the bill. He's like, Dad, that card's such crap. And I was like, I know, but it's perfect for this. He was rather upset. I think I'm going to EOT. No, I just keep waiting. Land. All right. That's exactly what I wanted. So, do I drop the Marauder? Let's drop the Marauder. I really wish this was a Deadly Dispute. Oh, of course, we can get it with that, so that makes my decision a little bit easier. Let's drop the Marauder. Does it buy us a glider? Or a hard counter? Tune in and find out next week. Yeah. All right, we're going to crash in. We could opt to kill the glider. I'm not going to do it. We do the damage. Just one here. And we'll bargain. I'll make a treasure token. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. We've seen, we're going to draw it? Oh, we did. Wow. Oh, man, if we could have just hit that, that would have been sweet. This is probably going to be met with another Scred. Not too worried about that. Again, we can crash in, trade, force trade, and then play another Bone Picker and hopefully draw some cards. Hey, Deluxe, I know you don't like Chittering Rats and Mono Black Devotion. What would I substitute it for? There's that. There's a... What is it? That 3/2 that when it does damage you can draw a card. There's the dude with Flash. It has blue and black. That's a 3/2. Looks like it has flying, but it doesn't. Obviously, Faerie Macabre main is never dead. Build around that. If you like Chittering Rats, go for it. I just think it's way too slow for the format anymore. All right, we've seen our second Skred. Well, this will be a must counter, right? Bloop. Whisper Agent, that's the one. I forget what that other one's called, though. I think it's a 3/2. Doesn't have the best artwork. And I know Nichols played a mono black version of it like that, but see, when you put forth something in your deck that kills the format, it's kind of a good thing. You are CTRL, I'll call it for now. We don't really need a lot of... I think big stuff's headed our way, so I'm going to keep all of the Marauders. I think stuff's going to be dying a lot. We saw quite a bit of tech out of the side, draw style-wise. I think I'll go for all 4 of these. Probably don't need more than 1 Fangs. Stuff's going to be dying. What to lose? 1 bargain. Maybe 1 keeper. Maybe we go to just 3 Macabres. Well, let's try that. This is a terror list. I'm fine with that. I'm just going to keep unearthing Marauder and blocking it. It's not that big of a deal. At least so far it hasn't been. Lifestaff's interesting. It might be better than Fangs in this matchup. In fact, I think it is. We're not going to be doing like wash damage to a lot of things, so I'm gonna call it like that. Bloop. Audacious Thief. I think that is it. If you bring it up in the text, I'd appreciate it, and then I could probably figure it out. But especially if you're playing like a really keep the board clear sort of thing, that can really start paying some dividends. Yeah, that's the one. I thought that would see a little bit more play when it was printed. You know, I saw somebody playing Highway Robber the other day pretty effectively. I was like, I mean, it's 4 mana for not all that much of a spell, but I'm going to keep this. I might lose a counter war here, but boy, if you can start playing bounce ball with that, that's pretty fun times. This kind of a deck, these are the kind of decks I could just play in my sleep. Not to say that they're easy, I've played so many, probably thousands of games by this point, varying degrees of this style of list, and yeah, it's just relaxing. You know you're playing with all the best black draw spells. Your creatures don't care if they die, they keep coming back from the dead. If they bring in Graveyard Hate, it doesn't really hurt us that much. You can always cycle Unearth, and you can always just play a 2/2 bear. Not that big of a deal. It's a very defiant deck. It's like, go ahead, kill it. You're not going to? All right, I'll do it. Or even better, you want to kill that? Here, I'm going to do it first. That's the best. 3 land hands are just so optimal. But you don't want that flood, because other than the rats, there's not much to do with it. So there's a perfect scenario here. You know, they might spend their turn killing this. We might beat them to the punch with Deadly Dispute. Use that token mana to get back the Problem Child and Perilous Myr. And repeat. This thing in combat, I've seen so many errors against really good players too, but like especially obviously like I was saying earlier with Guardian of the Guild pack, it's just like, okay, let's trade. They come crashing in, it's like, all right, block. And dead. Attack. Thinking of casting Crypt Rats here, just so I can force a counter or removal. All right. We'll beat you to the punch. We'll sacrifice this. No counters. All right, cool. Guess what? Sometimes they come back. Of all the cards, it's back. We'll do it again. We literally will do the exact same sequence if we don't draw anything better. It'd be funny if that same sequence happens. Scred, counterspell, unearth, sack. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, we at least get Monarch out of the deal. Another good thing about Fleshbag is very flexible. And then having it in the yard is really fun too. They might have Gut Shot here. Didn't expect that, did you, Copper? Always yield. Make sure to usually click on the Marauder. And attack. Let's get a land out of the deal, hopefully. Monarch. Who wants to play expensive cards? Just steal it. Yeah, it was something like that, Dreamer Stango. Obviously not optimal, but it was working pretty good for my opponent. Ah. Tough to say what the play here is. Really want to handle land here. Thank you, deck. It's nice when you listen to me. So if we lead off with a Fiend and a Sprite shows up, what do we do then? What do we do then? Assuming they have a Sprite. If our Fiend lives, well, either way, I could just bring back Fleshbag Marauder too. I wonder which is more likely to meet with a counter. Let's start with Fiend. That way we can Deadly Dispute. If they counter dispute, it still kills the fairy. Okay. Let's dispute now. No, they might have a fairy then. Let's just attack. I think we unearth Fleshbag here. That's fine with me. We unearth Fleshbag. No, Unearth Fleshbag. Spellstutter Sprite still comes down. And our Deadly Dispute only doesn't have enough to follow through with the trigger there. I think we just wait here, and then on their turn. Plus we've got that. Let's see what they want to do here. That's fine. Hopefully they can't tap out and do another one. Alrighty. Let's try this now. Again, they can counter this, but the effect, unless they've got a Mere Shell Crab, which for our sake I kind of hope they do, there's not much they can do about it. Mutagenic would save it. Remember that great card? I do. We can even cycle in a pinch once we get this treasure token, if it resolves, but... Okay. Do we get to draw the cards? It's kind of a win-win. Yay! All babes for the party. There it is again. Anybody know the reference? I like that little unwilling ingredient, Pauper Tim. I was looking at that going like, dig it. Echoing Truths, yeah, it's such a powerful card. Pretty underplayed these days. It used to always have a home in the sideboards. It was just a no-brainer. We don't have really any instants here. Yeah, we don't really have a way to kill anything. We bring out Crypt Rat. It'll ask for a hard counter. And it gets around you-know-who. So let's bring it out. Can always unearth it and still reactivate it. Counter spell. All right. Cool. Unearth. Hi there. Such a good card. Makes you think Crypt Rat should almost cost 4 there. It's just like, that's way too cool to be able to do that like that. But well, I'm needing some caffeine here. Doing all right. 2-0. Haven't lost yet. I'm sure that'll change. We have there was a really cheesy 80s cartoon that I put inside of a frame of, I believe it was, what's that zombie that regenerates the 5/3 grotesque abomination, I think. Anyway, we rarely play it. It's like maybe once or twice a year, and it's usually around the Halloween holidays because it's kind of a little grim and stuff. But I'm going to roll to that, and I'll be right back for round 3.
Guys, Cody and the gang are at the park playing football with Down Darius Jackson. Let's go!
You're not going anywhere without your big game liquid slam.
Excellent!
Go long. This one's going downtown. Whoa!
Whoa! Now I got a full team. Yeah! Yeah!
Liquid slam!
Liquid slam!
Oh! Jesus Christ!
We gotta go! Out back! Out back!
Come on!
Oh. Tough day, kids? Well, I've got just the thing. How about some big game pizza pig skins?
Awesome!
Yeah!
Hungry got me in a grapple. Big game pizza pigskin is my hunger that you tackle. All day, every day, big
Touchdown,
game.
Mrs. D.
Big game pizza pigskins for your taste buds a touchdown.
It were there that dear Silhana. She walked her last ledge, but folks, me loss is your gain. So it's in her memory, Silhana's Window Walkers was created. The finest window scrubbing in all of Ravnica. Cleaning where only flyers dare to soar.
Be reminding them they won't be getting blocked by new high prices with us, John.
Don't be getting blocked by high prices. Silhana's Window Walkers.
Guild Pack member since 1906. And welcome back. Hopefully you don't have any fears of a quadruple mulligan, or what was it, a triple? Alrighty, we don't have any ways to kill our stuff, but we do have a nice little combo, and we don't know what we're up against. With 2 lands and an early outs, we'll keep this. It's not the greatest. I'd like to usually see, we have 12 draw spells. You'd think we would see one, but oh boy, it's time for Faerie Macabre. Everyone tell me what to grab. Whoo, that's pretty. Man, Therese Nielsen. Crazy. Here we go. Let's see what they revealed. It should be of no surprise. These have varying degrees of builditude. Is that a word? It is now. We'll probably be too slow this first game, but Macabre's going to be really good. Being able to target there. Usually, I believe, we want to target either Songs of the Damned, or if they have turned everything over, their Drain Life spell. It's always, what is that? Dimir House card's another good call. Explain builditude. The ability to build into a certain style. Just like my other made-up word, tricknology. You know, if you're a big Star Talk radio fan, the podcast with Neil deGrasse Tyson, about 4 years ago, I asked a question and I used the word tricknology, and he really liked it. He kept saying it over and over again for that show. I have the link somewhere, saved in some long-forgotten bookmark, but good times. All right, let's try to play a little bit of magic here. They bid the bauble, they did that, and here we go. Whoop. Look at this, man. They only got 20 turns left. Yeah, we'll bring this out. We'll bring this out. Maybe our Crypt Rats can activate and do some horrific amounts of damage. We'll just play it next turn. Keep moving. Hey, thank you, Tiago Fuente, with the rating party of 20. I appreciate that. Welcome to Propaganda. We really pride ourselves on high-end content on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Propaganda. I edit and produce movie trailers for a living. And so we have a lot of spoof commercials based on Magic the Gathering cards. And so go check out our playlist there. Maybe one of our mods can throw up the YouTube link and have a good old time. But thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Hopefully some of you stick around. We're up against Spy here and seeing what we're going to do. We're just going to play basic, man. We're going to bring this out, and hopefully our little Unexpected Fangs is going to gain a whole lot of life next turn and put our opponent on the hot seat. But without access to Faerie Macabre and company in games 2 and 3, we're really at a disadvantage here. It's another land grant, showing us more damage. And here they go, folks. We will just yield and see if they got it. They probably do. All right. Bow alive. Very nice. Is there a boa? I got the Swamp Walk one and the Island Walk one. Destroy the evidence. Oh, this is that older build. I would be lying if I told you each one of these has a different kill card among them. Obviously, all of them run off of Songs of the Damned. And there's the Spy, obviously. And what's the kill card? Destroy the evidence. Grim Harvest. Get back that. Yeah, where's the... It's got to be in here. Where is it? I just want to make sure we have a good choice of targets. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be pointed right at our face, and I'll figure it out. Come on, where's the kill card? Oh, is it in their graveyard? That could be the case. Street Maze. All right, we've reviewed. Let's just look in here. Looking for an X. This is one of the older builds of this list. I remember about 3 years ago, this was kind of the style here. Okay. Second to get that back. All right. I don't really see an X spell unless my glasses are failing me. Huh. They're just going like wide with creatures? I kind of wish they would have killed us there because I was waiting for the Drain Life spell. Regardless, we're going to bring in Faerie Macabre. And, yeah, Fleshbag Marauder is probably not going to have a place here. Don't want to lose them all together. Always nice to have access to one. Fangs, I'll bring out one. Bring out one bargain. And I do believe that might do it. We're still low to the ground. I've got all kinds of sack outlets. Let's go. Yeah, Crypt Incursion, that would be brutal. Keep them alive for a whole lot of time. If anybody can enlighten me as to... not every day I run into this list, and if I do, it's usually the one with the Drain Life. So I'm used to that one, not this one. We'll keep this. We don't really have a Macabre yet, but we do have access to 3 draws. So let's open up the yard, nice and fat. I'll just make it say deluxe. Good times. There we go. That's the card I was thinking of, Pauper Tim. Yeah, I didn't see it in the yard. Wonder if they're going for some, like, bust out every single creature that exists via that engine. Maybe that's the way to do it. No cyclers, so we didn't have to really worry about that. That feels pretty good. Oh, bring out the little devil. A theater devil. Gets no finer than that. That's a good point, Pauper Tim. Maybe they did have it in hand, huh? We're not representing all that much damage here, but this Bone Picker will change that up, and we'll hopefully draw into a Macabre here. Little wanton move here, but we are going to draw 2 cards and get a lot more damage on board as we shoot him to the face with that. Draw 2 cards and play a Bone Picker. Bloop. All right, let's go. Now, when I try to play one-land spy, this is what always happens to me. Opponent's got early beats on you, and you're just always that card or few away from everything happening. It's frustrating. I'm just going to play an insurance policy here, just in case they can start going off. That might make them have to wait a turn. I don't know. Again, I'm a little ignorant of their 75. There's something. Abundant. They're going to hit a land. They do. There it is. Hello, Governor. Well, we can kind of sneakily crash in with the Crypt Rats and then target that to do the thing. I think that's what we do. Let's attack. Not give them any free info here. Hopefully we draw into a Macabre. And they don't have the red mana. Actually, they can sacrifice it. Oh, they'd have to sacrifice it to get it. Never mind. Bum, 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 bum. We'll do this. Take away their ability to generate mana. Shooting that. Drawing 2. Show me a Macabre, please. That's not too bad. We'll unearth the Perilous Myr again. Again, between that and the Crypt Rat, that's pretty lethal. Yeah, you're right, that duel. That's right. So many ways to build that list, but... All right. 1 land. Revenge for last week. I know we lost to that last week, but that was a Resident Zombie. It's got a really, really strong list of that thing, so really dig seeing that one. Well, we haven't suffered one yet. Haven't needed our Snuff Outs. Again, don't let the Snuff Out, if you like this list, easily trade it with Tragic Slip, and it really doesn't usually come into effect that much. Yeah, I want to play fast. Well, normally we would sack this, but this is like our little preordain in black, meaning we can sack it, draw 2 cards with rights. If not, we at least get another mana out. So I tend to keep 1 landers only if I have Shambling Ghast and a way to kill it. We're on the play, so I'll throw it out there. Here we go. Yeah, I really like Resident Zombies list. Like I said, I think I'm like 5-1 against it, or 1-5 against it. Well, I like the look of this, being that this might be an elf list. If it's a ramp list into destroying our land, we are not going to like this. Hey, all right, we hit it. Let's attack. Let's we did just draw land this turn. I don't really want him to accelerate and stuff, but I don't really care about killing that. It's kind of a rough one. Let me dispute this. We'll stop any sort of tempo shenanigans. We'll still get a token out of the deal. I'll even consider an Unearth on that thing if that works. Okay, cool. That's kind of the optimal draw into sequence. Get a nice lightning bolt every turn. You know, we could turn it into a 4-3 depending on if this is walls. not, what do we have? Another. So there's one matchup you really want to see if it is elves, and it looks like it is. Just like fairies, we're just, if it's 2/2 bodies or lower, and a lot of them, this list just, we have enough cannon fodder to just keep drawing cards and pinging stuff to death with Perilous Myr and with the Devil and with the Shambling Ghast. And then by the time all those, 12 draw 2 spells come into play, we're usually able to find the Crypt Rats, slap a Fangs on it, gain 40 life, and end the show, or at least get the concession. That's the theory. It's been working so far. Hiya. Let's go. Well, we just start gaining life, put them on a quicker clock. I'm going to wait on that. We'll bring out a Myr. Oh, that's tempting, isn't it? The question is to do it now or not. To attack first. Rangers is interesting. This is a really nasty combo, though, because it just keeps on tapping, and then if he can just chain into it. But Pauper, Dreamer Stango votes the Ranger. Anybody else? And that Birch Lore might have more value. Only problem with killing it this turn is, we did play our land, so if we draw into another 1-drop, we can't really have too much synergy here. We could threaten a block next turn and still kill it, but that might be too late at that point if they go snowball. Yeah, I think I'm going to favor Birch Lore here. Apologies, Dreamer. Maybe I'll be right. Let's sack this. Killing the Ranger. I mean, yeah, that's what it was. yeah, Kappa. The only morphing elf. Okay. Fleshbag's completely useless in this matchup. And one of the only times, of course, there are all those games where you kill everything and they've got a 6/6 Vanguard out, right? And then you top deck that or unearth it. Good times. Really want to draw our Crypt Rat here and just throw an Unexpected Fangs on and watch for the concession. Lesson to self. Play what you like. The Priest. I feel for our opponent. This is one of those matchups. See, if I was our opponent, this would be our first round, and this would be like, are you kidding me? Could we face a worse list? Or have you heard that before? Especially when not many are playing deck X that is really bad against your list, right? Or really good against it, I should say. Come on, Crypt Rat. Nope. Oh, okay. How much longer do we wait? Let's bring back the dead. I could do the Geist. And then it'll give us more mana. Perilous Myr seems like the obvious choice here, but I'll go there. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I'll bring back the Ghast. Even this, that it doesn't do damage, we have the option of the Devil, which does damage. Maybe the person has prismatic strands, or if they do, you're able to do the negative trick here, and that's just fun. We'll do this straight away in case we draw into another you-know-who. Bloop. Kill the mana elf. Draw some cards. Hey, look at that. Cool. Play another critter. Got the combo. If we draw into a swamp, the game's kind of over already, but Elves is always kind of into it. Elf ball, whatever you want to call it. I think I was in the top 5 this last PCT with this list, but there was a lot of gin and tonics in the way, if you know what I mean. As the rounds progress, my play goes boop, 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 boop. Catch me in the morning all caffeinated. I can resemble a good player. But as the evening hours approach, you better watch out. Hey-oh, there's a reach. Note to self. Things start happening here. Now, are they playing any sort of ramp? Not ramp, pump. Only that one creature has Reach. Swamp, please. Swamp, please. Okay. And we can just unearth the Myr and shoot, swing. Kind of want to hit that home run with the Crypt Rat, you know what I mean? It's just so much fun when that works. We just attack first and see what they do. Let's try that. So we've got options. Worst case scenario, we Reckoner's Bargain, gain 4 life, and I'm afraid if I play the Crypt Rat, our opponent's just going to quit. Let's see how steadfast their resolve is. Bloop. The number one thing an elf player does not want to see. All right. Quitting's okay, just don't quit out of the games. Fleshy, bye-bye. I'm going to bring in 1 Lifestaff. I'll keep the Fangs. And I'll bring in 2 Snuff Out. I think this is a really good way to sideboard against this matchup. Just for those ginormous tempo plays, maybe a Timberwatch sneaks through, starts trying to save his team, etc. Can always hardcast it, but I don't like more than 2 in this matchup. Because again, we've got so much Tim removal, you know, just 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. Bring it back with Unearth. Almost an auto keep. Yeah, it's pretty slow though if we don't hit another land. This is a really weird hand. We could, you know, eventually hard cast a Crypt Rat and block with it against like a Quirion Ranger and then just unearth it and then really go to town. It's pretty hard to say. No, we're on the draw. I got 2 Armageddon clocks against this kind of list. They get out a really quick Vanguard. I'll regret it, but might do have 2 draw spells as well. There we go. Perfect. Again, a lot of people make this mistake. They'll attack into this just seeing the 1/1. Maybe they're drinking some Arete Lager. Who knows? Oops. Is he crashing on through? Alrighty. Definitely not now. Don't want to lose a Ranger. Even extreme amounts of life, usually with a Crypt Rat, multiple activations, we're able to get there. That's an odd choice. I guess with the Quirion Ranger, you could double activate, but all right. All right, let's open this up, see what they got. Okay, there's that dude. Another Ranger. I'll get rid of Lead the Stampede. I got some goods. Oh yeah, there's no other rat you should be playing. Love that art. Well, that's curious. We could do that. It's just an embarrassment of riches at this point. Kill the Quirion Ranger? He's got another one. So I guess that's a big no. We could wait on Vanguard. I don't really want that getting out of hand. Yeah, I think the play here might be, Hold on a minute here. I played my swamp. Okay, I think we slow roll here. We just attack. No, he can, well, if he does that, I can shoot. Yeah, we'll just pass the turn. Probably Reckoner's Bargain for 1 life, but we'll be able to kill the Vanguard while it's on the stack. He's got another Ranger in hand, Nim Chimpskey. So I'd much rather keep that Vanguard from us needing to find Snuff Out, if you know what I mean. Okay. I don't know if there's much benefit to me not using Reckoner's Bargain here. I'd rather be able to be a bit more slippery with this, so I'm going to bargain now. Kill this. We'll shoot this. Wish it was a deadly dispute at this moment. Get rid of this. All right, swamp, 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 swamp. And again, you know, that Perilous Myr just sits out there and it's just like, what? And puts its elbows out and it's like, come on in. Let me 2 for 1 yet. All right. You gonna drop the other ranger? Please. All right. Well, there we go. Since we have Unearth, I think the right play here might be to just drop the rat. They might have some, you know, maybe like magnify or something that'll make us regret this, but I've often wondered why, with access to Birchlore and company and, you know, Jasper Sentinel, maybe just run the, what is the, Rally the Peasants, right? Okay. Oh, so many options. I think we're just best with playing rats here, because if the best case scenario, they use whatever card this is, maybe a gut shot to kill it. We unearth it, and then we just win. It's like, good luck. You got to kill me this turn. Might even consider blocking if something gets really big, you know. These kind of matchups, you can't help but just almost feel cocky. You're just like, I've got so many. I have 8 ways of, actually 10, actually kind of infinite, because we have access to Pitkeeper and Unearth, so that Crypt Rat can just keep coming. And again, we don't lean that hard on our graveyard, so even graveyard hate doesn't really do too much. This is a problem. It gets big enough this turn. That's a tough investment though, because then you got to keep pouring out resources, right? And then it's a 1 for 1 block, and we just block, shoot, unearth, block, shoot, kill. I think it's Scoopsville personally, but it's been a couple years since I've played elves. I used to play it all the time with a very colorful sideboard. That was before Jasper Sentinel. I'm aging myself. I think my haircut does that naturally. There's the card we don't want to see, but there's plenty of ways around it. Again, we could just bump into it with the Bone Picker, worst case scenario, once all of our little block shoot tricks don't work. They're really going to have to go hard in the paint with this move here. Oh, they've got to have Rapid Vigor in hand, which still doesn't do all that much. And just hold down control and activate slower. Unexpected Fangs? That would be awesome. Like an encyclopedia of Pauper cards in my head. Apologies. I don't see why we don't just do it now. Let's try this for 2 and see if it works. If it doesn't do anything, we can even Village Rites. Always hold down control when you do this. Do we just win here? Sometimes you can activate for 0. Yep. I know all the tricks. It's so hard to get away from a Crypt Rat. Even Pestilence, Prismatic Strands, that's what I was talking about. It's just so hard. And look, how cruel is this? We have another one in hand and we have an Unearth. It's just gross. If we just had that token, if this had been Deadly Dispute, we could just throw out a 3/3 and just start picking. We're fine. Is that like an 8 for 1? Boy, they are of stout mind to still keep playing this one out. And I do believe they played these. I like the original Llanowar Elves, the one that looks like Singir. This will probably get a concession once I unearth this. If not, it should. Unearth Crypt Rats. Hello, Governor. Yep. We ain't lost yet. WWWWWWW. We beat Blackburn, which was pretty close. The UR Control, One Land Spy, and Elves. We should beat Elves, and we should beat Fairies, but we've got one more round to go. I'm going to go get something real quick, and we're going to roll to a clip courtesy of Conan O'Brien and his offensive Geist in my new frame. Check this out.
Where's that singing coming from?
It's coming from me. Ba 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 bro.
My God, is anyone say it's a ghost?
That's right, Junior. The name's Artie Kendall. I sang in this studio back in the late 1930s.
1930s, that's right. This used to be a radio studio back in the day. You sang on the old NBC radio show?
I sure did. Wrote all my own songs, too. Of course, no one today would want to hear my silly old song.
We'd love to hear him. Wouldn't we like to hear his songs, folks? A ghost comes by from the 30s. You got to hear his songs. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, folks, here's a little tune I wrote at the height of the Depression. Times were pretty tough, and I wrote this song for all the out-of-work hobos out there. Oh, I've heard that lots of hobos live in caves, and they're spreading across this land of ours in waves. They're riding on the rails, we should throw 'em all in jails, or round 'em up and make 'em all our slaves.
Oh my God, wait a minute, that's horrible. That's a horrible song.
Didn't care for the melody, eh, Junior?
The melody was fine. It was actually kind of catchy, but the lyrics are terrible. They're insane.
Well, let's change the subject then. How about a sweet little song I used to sing for all the ladies?
Well, that sounds nice. Okay, sure.
All right, here you go. Oh, women shouldn't be allowed to talk. We should seal their lips with strong adhesive caulk. And if they try to write things down, we should drag them out of town and anesthetize their legs so they can't walk.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry, that...
And we're back. I'm not sure if I want to keep this hand. We're on the draw. I do have a way to kill all the 1-drops that we could draw. This is kind of useless. I could also kill it. We'll keep and see what happens. Yeah, I first debuted this similar list to this, and I titled it in our YouTube vids, The Best Black Deck. And I kind of stand by that. I really like the way this one plays. Here's another version of Black Sack it looks like we're up against. Race to Rats. Our opponent hurting for mana? Let's hope so. Nope. We'll just play out the Pit Keeper. No sense in... we need a target to kill something with. We can always target our Vault of Whispers, but that's a little suboptimal at this stage of the game. Death. Oh, he's digging. Probably one of the clunkiest starts we could have had, but we got 3 mana, so can't be that bad. So we'll have double Bone Picker next turn. And hopefully that's enough to just win through the air. You can always Unexpected Fangs it, and you know. Persistent Specimen. I've often thought of having 1 or 2 of those in here. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get in some free damage. They might let us hit them for 2. Maybe it'll mean the difference. Who knows? They do it. Alright, well, they called our bluff. We don't have anything, so we want to kill our stuff first. Are they doing the same plan? Bloop. Crypt Rat's going to be awfully good. Clicking nice and slowly. Bring out a bone picker. Bring out a bone picker. Passing the turn. 6 damage to 3. We're down 3, but we do have Crypt Rats and Fangs. It's kind of neat to see alternate way to build. We were just talking about this at the top of the show. But yeah, if you go to our YouTube videos, you'll see a list that's just called The Best Black Deck, and it's kind of when I first came up with this kind of Drago. There goes a bone picker. Got a bit of a similar engine here as we do. I'd imagine we probably have the better removal. I think a lot of these lists run like 2, maybe 3 Crypt Rats, not infinite. I don't know why we wouldn't block here. I almost want to block the specimens so that they keep using mana. Tie up their mana. But we'll block here. 14. What do we have? Okay. Well, that's dead. Alrighty. Well, we could really end this quick with the Crypt Rat. I'll just drop the rat. We'll go for the alpha turn next turn, or at least detonate. See what happens. If it lets us untap, we'll just gain a horrific amount of life via Unexpected Fangs and activating for 1 each turn. Never killing the rat. Just his friends. Rats are so barbaric. They're about the furthest thing from good family members. I know a lot of studies show that they actually have the young ones taste food in big cities and see if they survive. It's like, geez, talk about putting your kids first. Crazy. We've got a hand on the nuke. How are we going to pull it off? Even if they respawn, we can still do some goods here. Yo, there's no way to really attack there. Let's attack in here. Knows what's coming if you're attacking with a rat, right? Extra bit of life gain. We'll throw this on here. Hopefully it sticks. Can also activate for 1 and trip it via dispute. Yeah. Creepy stuff, man. Gain the life. Alrighty. Let's activate. Nope. We took 1, so we don't want to do that now. We can do it next turn. Watch my life total go to about 30. Boop, boop. Done. I gain 8 life, so we will take 1 damage though. Oh, bioluminescent flying squirrels. It's the new thing on Disney Plus via dang it. It's a play on words with, Mother Nature. If you go to their, but it's on Disney Plus under their National Geographic. It's hosted by Benedict Cumberbatch. I think this is GG. We can always just gain a whole lot of life here. Yeah, that kind of blows. Obviously, we know what we're going to be getting rid of. They might have a, what do you call after this? We'll keep our rats out. That's just Engine 101. They might unearth it back, and then we can at least bargain it and gain 3 more life. Oh, okay, cool. Supernatural. That's the one, Nim Chimpskey. Thank you. Yeah, it's neat to see new things on display. All right, we'll do this. Boop. I'll attack. Nice and slow. Could EOT this, but kill our ghast, but I'd rather just make them use a resource to kill it. Be surprised too how good this list can be against initiative styles. Mostly in company due to Fleshbag being able to just keep being brought back via Unearth. We might be out for a perfect day. Wouldn't that be something? Okay, I'll EOT here. We can use the ghast ability. We could even respond with a Deadly Dispute here. Say done. I know, I'll jinx it, right? Okay, I'm going to nuke this in response. Shoot there. Oh, well, I'm going to gain 1 life at this scenario, but... Or 2, I should say. That'll still happen. And let's see, it's their turn. Yeah, we don't need a bargain for nothing. Let's go. Bring this out. Bloop. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. Of course, that won't work the other way around. Just to show you what can happen, though, I mean, we can... let's not do that. We could Village Rites this, get back Pit Keeper, go get a Thought Picker, but we've kind of got the win in hand here. Don't even really need a Village Rites, do we? It's just kind of showing off at that point, so I'll just chill. Unearth Pit Keeper, get back sometimes Pit Keeper, go get Bone Picker or Crypt Rat or whatever else you need. I think 2 Pit Keepers is really optimal on this list. I really like it. Yep. All right. Let's see, Blacksnack. A lot of varieties today. It's been fun. Let's bring in Snuff Out and give our opponent a chance. All right, we're gonna bring in Lifestaff. I think just 1. That might be about it. Not so much on Marauder. I think I'm gonna bring in both of those. I could argue the Faerie Macabre just so we can fly over the battlefield and turn off some of their stuff. Maybe I go like this and just bring in 2 Macabre. Again, we can always unearth it. Turn it into a Delver food. Yeah, I think 2 will be all right. Not about that stage of the game when if that becomes a thing, I don't know. We'll see. The bottom line is, you know, any creature-based strategy is just dead to Crypt Rats, and we've got kind of infinite ways of doing it. Why do I keep saying that? Because we have Pit Keeper and Unearth Engine, so even without that, we have 8 Crypt Rats with Unearth and that, and then you add into the flavor the others, and it gets pretty silly. Got early removal and things like Fiends and stuff. So, like I said, I always stand by this list. Usually, when I lose with it, it's my fault. Or keeping like one-landers without the zombie or whatnot. So, but again, about the only concession I'm thinking might be called for is main. You go to 3 Reckoner's Bargain and you add 1 Lifestaff. This is one of the only lists that I really think Lifestaff might deserve a main spot, and I've gone back and forth a lot on it. This represents 2-for-1 damage all day long. They kill it, they still take damage or lose a critter, which is usually the way you want to roll. Double Bone Picker feels really good here, though. A little clunky with our mana right now, but... Yep. Well said, Dreamer Stingo. That's another list. Not so much in elves, but when your opponents and you are both fighting to kill stuff, it's a good card. I like that Persistent Specimen. Yeah, so we got kind of a free attack here. If they block, we 2-for-1 them. And then we can play both Bone Pickers. I think our opponent sees that just fine, right? Shall we Deadly Dispute Unearth and pass? So we can double Bone Picker next turn? That might be cool. Something tells me that's the line. Let's do this. I'm going to kill the... Yeah, I'll kill this. That's his draw engine here. Boop. Of course, if we play the Bone Picker now, next turn we can still kill something, but we might not draw into it. Or we just wait on this. That'll get us a token. We can double Bone Picker next turn. Let me do that instead. Just slow roll it here. We could have a 3-3, but I really love those double Bone Picker smackdowns. Grim Harvest, man, that card is so good, Nim Chimpskey, and it should be in a lot of my lists, and I just don't have the patience to not bury it. That's when I really... Just my impatience gets the better of me, and I feel like I got the tempo. I'm just going to like, screw it. And I've lost many a game saying that to myself. Screw it. It's a nice exercise in deck building, though, when you don't even care about the win-loss. You just tell yourself, I am never... Same with Death Spark. You know, I'm never going to bury this. I'm just going to keep getting value out of this thing. And woo-wee. Oh, boy, are we open for a block here. This hand is disgusting. Or just got that way. Okay. Well, let's do a bargain. We'll actually we'll let that guy live. Make a token. Cast 2 Bone Pickers, which was the plan from the beginning. We'll see if they live or not. Boy, our Bone Pickers sure showed up, didn't they? Caw! And what's this? Grim... Nope. Okay. Cast down. Fine with me. Is this one going to be long for the world? We shall see. Yeah, I think... You know, because Black Sack is technically a couple of decks. So I think for the YouTube thing, I'm just going to go back to what I called it the first time. The best black deck. I firmly believe if you're just stuck in just black, this is probably one of the top tier ways of building it. Black burns. Well, I'd have to say right behind it because we beat it, but our opponent definitely should have been able to go to game 3. That would have been our only loss on the day. But hey, what you gonna do? Alrighty, we can bring something back. I don't know what's worth it. I think we just play this. I think we'll just slow roll here. Do we want to unearth? I think we'll chill. Just sit on bargain. Like 1 mana away from just insanely awesome turns with double Bone Picker, but they had double cast down, so who knows? Maybe they're drawing dead now. Us first, please. Yeah, let's just clear the board. It's they'll come back, but I want them to use that whole turn to do it. Hey, Pit Keeper, welcome. 1, 2, 3. 4. Tough call. A tough board. Probably Pit Keeper. All our pingers, that shouldn't be around very long. Great card, though. Very underplayed if you could sacrifice it. But if it's left out, it's awfully fragile. Yeah, that's a good call. All right, we need like a Village Rites here. Let's do... Throw this on Guest. He's only got one card. Could be. Yeah, I've messed around with it. Very good point, Dreamer Stingo. I'm just considering... you know what? I hate doing this. It's ugly, but they've got one card in their hand. We've seen 3 cast downs. Let's just try to get some aggro going here. If we draw into some removal, we'll use it on our gas. We'll get back Pit Keeper. We'll go get back our Bone Pickers. We'll unearth the Pit Keeper, sacrifice it, draw some cards, etc. It gets disgusting. Disgusting and hopeless. You put them in that position too where it's like, well, you got to kill this stuff or that's going to kill you. And now the Crypt Rats has got free reign, right? I guess we just attack here. If stuff dies, that's great for us. I would have never imagined these 2 style decks that I would be hard casting Bone Pickers for the next few turns, but that's kind of how this has played out. I just got Echoing Decay, be like, no! Cast this. I guess we'd go with the Perilous Myr. Might as well get the most value out of it in case we got to point it at their face, right? Again, more 2-for-1s. Block, shoot, block, sack. Swing, swing, swing. That Pit Keeper is under duress, and we really want it back. Big difference here. They care about their creatures. We don't. A little bit of a white lie there. We like our Bone Pickers, but that is really about it. See if he's long for this world. We'll probably lose one here. They just forced not attacking as long as we keep back a dude because of that Mesmeric Fiend. That Pit Keeper is just going to bust out the game. Especially if we throw the other one in the yard or get it, block with it, and then you start pit keeping a Pit Keeper. It's gross. Hey, look at this. Cool. Well, they're not going to block anything, so let's attack. It's a really bad move to block. Thank you, Nim Chimpskey. Appreciate it. Yeah, if anybody's joining us a little bit late, no show next week. Then we will be back for our Halloween show on the 22nd, and then we will be gone again. We've got a wedding and a really big Halloween party in the middle of the woods near Lake Tahoe. So I go to it every year for about 30 years. Really? Yeah, I guess they can do that. Okay, well, in this scenario, I think I'm going to shoot our own Myr. Kill their Fiend. Sacrifice this. We'll shoot here. I think you're right, Dreamer Stingo. We've had a few 5-0 shows, but I think it's been probably 3 years since I went win. Maybe I spoke too soon. Uh-oh. Well, it does no damage now. If we draw into any more removal, I'll just kill that in response, and we will. Hey, look at that. Come on, give us 2 more. Cool. And we're shooting here. Bloop. Bye-bye that one. I don't mind losing a... I've already done the damage. No, I'll cancel that. That's right. We need more than that because that's a 2/2 now. Create a treasure token. Let that go. All right. Yeah, I don't really mind. He's going to gain the life. We'll play this probably onto the... Gosh, I guess Bone Picker. Nah, he can just kill it. Let's stop these shenanigans now. We'll just bring back this dude. He's going to kill one of our Bone Pickers. That's fine. Yep. We'll just do it now. Keep him from gaining more than 2 life or getting value out of it. You know what I mean? We'll gain 2 ourselves. We're going to lose a Bone Picker here. We'll gain some cards, though. Maybe we'll... No, we can't draw another bone picker. We've really exhausted that. And we draw some cards. And more grotesqueness in our hands. Yeah. Another hurricane. I don't think I've said your name before. This list looks so sweet. Yep. It doesn't lose much as long as I'm not of the drinking persuasion. It's really solid. We'll go over the list here. But yeah, we had a perfect day. Let's see what we got here. We'll go over the list here. But yeah, like I said, the last time I showed this list off, I just labeled it on YouTube the best black deck, and it got a bunch of views. And I don't know why I didn't see it being played more, but we got 17 lands, 4 vaults, because we are running at root all 4 of the best draw spells in Pauper, in black anyway. We're sacrificing the only creature we really care about is the Bone Picker. Everything else we sack. Even the Fleshbag sack to itself, so we can unearth it against decks that are just, 1 or 2 creatures they care about. We are able to kill pretty much everything that moves early game, get it back, rinse, repeat, or wipe the board, get it back, swing through the air. This can take down Guardian of the Guildmage, all these things. So I've really had an affinity for this list, and I really think I've settled on. It might be a 1-spot move where you could bring in 1 Lifestaff to open up a spot in the sideboard for 1 bargain. Sometimes you can draw a little too many cards. I mean, when's that ever been a problem, though, right? But it's got a lot of firepower on the side. So we've got the 3rd Unexpected Fangs here. All 4 Depth to Comedy because of affinity mainly. But obviously this and access to this and this is super good against hexproof, so we don't really have bad games against then. We're able to recur the Faerie Macabre, be able to turn off graveyard mechanics. Again, if Snuff Out scares you for the price, Tragic Slip, awesome find. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Oh yeah, thank you, Pedro Struck. Yeah, that was cool to see the 2 versions of this kind of style go head to head and stuff. So again, it's going to be a bit of a drought before you see me. I'll be back in 2 weeks for our Halloween show. Maybe I'll play this again. We'll see if it can lose. And then after that is the Halloween. I'll be gone, but then we'll be back to the regular schedule after that. So thank you for bringing that up, Nim Chimpskey. And again, thank you to Shiraz and Nim Chimpskey for always having my back and being my soldiers on the sidelines of the chat there and keeping everybody informed and stuff. I love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And yeah, if you want, we'll throw up our little support here. If you want to support the show, buy us a coffee, that sort of thing, follow the link. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoy the list. It'll be up on YouTube soon. Adios.